You're guessing it when it's coming in. Hi.
Guess.
Say that again.
I never guess.
Hi, and welcome to Insights and Straight Talk. I'm your host, Rod Duff, and I sit alongside.
Producer Barbie.
How you doing today, Barbie?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Hey, you're very welcome. I have a tip for everybody that's over the age of 45 or so. Instead of Googling everything, which is, as we all know, has been a great tool, start using OpenAI. I know the whole AI thing's been crazy, but my son, one of them, who, by the way, runs a separate podcast about finance and so forth, he's going to eventually join us on a show, I'm sure. But ChatGPT, it's a free service. What did you think about it, Barbie, when I was showing you earlier?
I thought it was quite entertaining. Reminded me of like a Google search in a way, but yeah, it's entertaining.
Okay, that was a real good sales job, Barbie. You really convinced everybody to go.
Well, I'm not trying to convince. This isn't the paid ad you asked me.
I agree. It was fascinating how you can literally learn how to build things. I mean, we were having a problem in the some of the sound configuration, and we chat GPT, how do I hook this up using this software and this software? It gave us seven steps, and bam, we got it done.
Yes.
The founding fathers were not perfect people, but when they created the Constitution, they created the first time in civilization when there is a potential vision to a complete utopia on Earth.
I'm going to come in at the bottom of this bullet point here that you have, where the U.S. government...
Hold on. Pause before. Say whatever you want.
I did pause.
Where you said, I'm going to come in, just read the thing. Or did you want that part in there? That first part in there?
Oh, I don't know.
Just read it as... Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The U.S. government spends over $5 trillion a year. The
Yeah.
money is not the issue. The fact that most every penny of the money that comes in, some sort, form, or another, through and from the middle class. I don't like the way that sounds.
Yeah, well, when you read them,
It's choppy.
and by the way, yeah, and it'll sound like that.
Yeah.
You got to read it where you're comfortable in reading it, kind of.
Yeah. All right. Take two. Producer Barbie. The U.S. government spends over $5 trillion a year. The money is not the issue. The fact that most every penny of the money that
Good
comes
point.
in some form or another through and from the middle class, as it is always has been. This goes back and before we were all called peasants by the king and the government. That was when there were kings, and technically we still have the same system now. Because the free people of the United States do not follow the constitutions and the Bill of Rights, message of how to create this utopia on Earth.
Yeah, so that Bill of Rights
Written
that
by Rod Duff.
that Bill of Rights is a document that literally creates a pathway, a vision towards a utopia on Earth. The power instructed by the development, the documents that developed our country, the power is instructed to the politicians that it must be going from the people. Their decisions must be from the people, of the people, and for the people.
Yeah, absolutely. We're also shocked that amongst 300,000 people, then subtract a few on age, and from that party, first always indicates cut.
And don't sound like you're reading.
How am I supposed to not do that?
Well, kind of pick up the point and just say the statement.
Okay.
Say it.
All right.
Like what we're doing here is this is going into a commercial where the reason you're in this podcast is because of these kind of
I
things.
know, but it's hard to read because you wrote it and they're not like my words.
Well,
So I'm
use your
trying to
words.
Pick it up in the way you wrote it and.
Too much eating. Go ahead. There's a lot of, I don't want a 4-hour video for 3 minutes that I can use.
Oh my God. All right. I'm gonna go into another bullet point here.
Yep.
We believe that every decision made by an elected official must first and always be judged by having the results of the action, being for and coming from the betterment of the citizens and each citizen of
Yeah.
the United States. Written by Rod Duff.
We believe that as citizens of this nation, as it was created and as it is currently still today, each citizen owes it to our country to invest some time, to put a little work in, because we are a democratic republic. If we're a democracy, whoever voted, that would be an automatic yes or no. You'd have 7 million people or 35 million people in California all living the exact same way. That's it.
All right, let's check the sound. All right, I'm gonna end it here.
Yeah, and you have both. And remember, we can still. If you had your headphones on, you could turn up the sound while we're taping and adjust the sound. That's the key to doing that.
Where would I do that?
Right? Move it over to the left. That's the right. Move it over to the. Yep. Keep going. Right there.
Oh, okay.
So as we're taping, if the sound is